I wouldn't participate if I couldn't change the game. For me, it's love. You love what you do, and you just stay creative just out of love.
What the classic rap needs to be a classic?
It's really just about mind over matter and just the power of the mind.
And those, I guess, encompass the two beats, yeah? Okay.
It's weird, no?
It tastes like tea. The 5% Nation, oh man, that's another foundation of my upbringing. We bring something to the game. I feel like this is how my neighborhood sounds.
Rap could mean rhythm and poetry. What do you think that is missing out?
What's missing now in hip hop? I would say the acknowledgement of all the different kinds of hip hop that there is. Like only like popular rap gets like the acknowledgement from like, would say like maybe like a Grammy or whatever awards and stuff like that. There's so many styles of hip hop. So to pop, to put what I do in hip hop to categorize that with pop music, or pop rap or people making hip hop for dance music and club music, we definitely need, acknowledgement that there's different styles of it. Like you have hardcore rock and roll, you got heavy metal, you have soft rock, you know what I'm saying? You have classic rock. We have classic hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We have pop hip hop. There's all kinds of hip hop. So I feel like that's what's missing.
What the classic rap needs to be a classic?
I feel like classic rap is pretty much like what I do. You can do a lot of the music I do with 2 turntables and a microphone. You don't need the studio bells and whistles in order to create what I create. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's what classic hip hop is.
I'm a professor of literature, and when I hear your songs, your lyrics, you are telling stories, man. Like how you do it.
I can't take all the credit. I would say God gifted, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a higher power involved in, what I've been gifted with. So that's what I do. I just try to show up and go to work and create, and then you have moments of greatness just from showing up to do the work, You can't be great if you don't show up to work. So you just consistently work, and then, you'll have moments.
This moment of greatness, in which places do you find it?
You can never tell. That's why you just have to show up. Yeah, because you can't tell when. You may show up. You could be in the studio all week and probably not have a moment of greatness. You might just have some music, but it's just, those are the days you get blessed. Like, it's like hitting the lottery. You know what I'm saying?
You talk about bend the spoon.
We still dragging minks too. Crashing vehicles, the regal break through the glass in the cathedral. Squeeze the desert eagle like Kegels. Only certain people could bend the teaspoon. It's like a metaphor in the Matrix, the movie The Matrix.
Yes.
When the kid is bending the spoon and he's showing him like, just changing your perspective, can bend the spoon. It's really just about mind over matter and just the power of the mind.
What do you think about the power of the mind?
The power of the mind is infinite, wow. Just the percentage of the brain that we use, we haven't even tapped in on the half. So the power of the mind is it's infinite. Like the world of music and the world that I've created for myself, I did it with my mind. Just creating my musical life and my world and, the people that I've inspired with just thoughts I've had in my head that can change a person's life. Like you meet people sometimes and, they're saying, well, your music's changed my life, have a big impact on a person's life with the thoughts from my head. That's like, that's the evidence for me.
And when we think the other side, how do you feel when you were in the streets where you have to put the body in that situations? Mm-hmm. How is that other side in your life?
It's, I feel like it's part of growing up. It's the trouble kids get into, you know. When you're a child, you know, you're not supposed to touch the stove, but you know it's hot. You know, you don't know that it's going to hurt you yet,
Yeah.
but you know, they're just telling you don't do it, but you do it anyway because you have to find out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I attribute a lot of it to being a kid, you know what I'm saying, and getting into trouble because that's just what's going on in the communities that I was raised in. Just, you know, trouble is around. So, you know, you find your way.
Do you think that that reality from America is it's different from here?
I can't say. I haven't been here long enough to say
Okay.
that the reality is very different, you know, because I've seen people in the street, you know, you can see, you know, people who are on drugs and things like that, just like in America. So I can't really say how much the difference is, but I think as people, we're not much different.
Okay. What do you think about the hustling?
I mean, it has a place, you know what I'm saying? It has a place. You know, hustling is not just not illegal hustling. We hustling now. I didn't have to get up in the morning and I could have stayed in bed, but me to come here and do the interview, this is me hustling. So that's just, you know, it's part of life, you know.
And we are very thankful for that.
Me too, you know what I'm saying? Because you could have stayed in bed too and said, you know what, we do something else today. You know what I'm saying? But we here hustling.
How you feel about the fact that you are traveling around Latin America? How do you feel Latin America?
Man, it's beautiful so far. Like, you know, we did some shopping yesterday. I went to go get some sneakers. I caught some Air Force Ones. They like premium leather. I was like, damn, these premium leather, these better than back home. So yeah, so it's been real cool. So I'm just really getting acclimated, but we're gonna do some digging today. So I'm just getting used to it and the culture, the people being nice to us. It's been cool.
It's a warm country, you know?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go in the future? What countries do you want to visit?
I want to go to Africa.
All right.
You know, it would just be nice to go there and just see, like, you know, the motherland, you know, the cradle of civilization is, you know, it's dear to my heart, always has been. So I'm looking forward to going to Africa a lot.
Well, you are in Argentina to make an event with Legado Latino. What it means to you, this type of event in South America?
It's everything. I mean, this is my opportunity to touch the people, you know what I'm saying? Like to be in a position to come out here at this stage in my career, you know, because earlier on I wasn't able to travel anywhere. So to actually come here finally and be able to touch the people, it's like, you know, it's important to me.
What do you feel about the legacy?
I feel like legacy is, you know, when you impact the world and, you know, what you've contributed to culture outlives you. You know, to me, that's what legacy is. When you've, you know, you've definitely created something that will live long past your existence on the earth. Like you said, if you have people here inspired already by what I'm doing, that's a great start. That's, to me, that's beautiful because that's, to me, when you said legacy, that's a beautiful part of your legacy when you've influenced people all over the world, you know. So that lets me know that if they're following in my footsteps, then it's going in a positive, you know, the future is positive for music. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. And that's what I got into this to be. I didn't come into hip hop to just be rich or make money. That was never my goal. I wanted to impact it like Rakim. I wanted to give people that feeling that, you know, when I first fell in love with hip hop, I wanted to be able to give other artists that same feeling. So being that I've accomplished that, man, it's beyond words. I can't even put it in words, but I'm proud.
Can you give to the people here an advice to the new generations here in Argentina?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you know, always put God first, you know, that would be my most important advice. Put your music first. Don't worry about like what's gonna come of it. Don't worry about, you know, the money may come down the line, you know what I'm saying? And the acknowledgement may come later. Just always put the music first and focus on, you have to live what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you have to, you know, you don't live in a negative way, even if your music touches on negative things. I'm just talking about as far as like your dedication to your art. You know what I'm saying? You have to live it. You can't, you can't half-ass it.
You always had that dedication in your art.
I mean, there's times when I wasn't as focused as I should be, but for the most part, I've definitely had like a lot of times where I've been really focused and locked in.
Here we are in the studio. What do you think about our Quasimodo? Do you see him?
Oh yeah, Quasimodo the Great. Yeah, Quasimodo the Great, man. Shout out to Madlib.
Do you like Madlib?
Love him.
About the rappers in America, which do you like most?
I grew up on Rakim. That's like my, that's my guy. But Biggie, Jay, Nas, I'm a golden era big fan of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep, stuff like that. So those are my guys.
The people who loves rap here, they talk a lot about Rakim. Why do you think he's different?
I mean, because when Rakim came, it was almost like Michael Jordan coming into NBA. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, wow, we got all of these guys rapping, and then this guy comes in and he's like light years ahead of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's Rakim, the Rakim experience for me.
Maybe it's something like the rappers besides you think about you.
Yeah.
Why do you think that you changed the game?
I wouldn't participate if I couldn't change the game. Like, why would I want to go to the NBA and play basketball if I couldn't be great? I don't want to just be here. I want to have an impact. I want to affect, my peers. So that's my determination and my mindset in anything that I involve myself in. I want to thrive.
In your albums, you are improving constantly, and that improving, it brings new things to the table, or it's like you are improving by yourself in your own competition?
Yes. Yeah, definitely competing with myself. I just want to be better than my last version of myself. It's hard because sometimes I might make some shit and be like, there's no way you could top this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is crazy. Like, and then you have the pressure of going back to attempt to be better than something that you've already done is amazing. It's, it's not easy at times, but you show up to work and next, you've topped it. Now I'm over it. Sometimes I just be like, I can't top that. But now I'm like, damn, I'm just a bad motherfucker. I topped it and I topped it again and topped it again. So you just have to, accept it. Yeah.
I hear you saying that in the beginning, you compare your work with it was written from Nas or another excellent albums. How was that process?
Well, you play an album that you love. And like, take for instance, if you play Cuban Links, and I play Cuban Links' first song, and I play my song. You know what I'm saying? I play his second song, I play my second song, and see if it's anywhere near. You know what I'm saying? If it's, if I'm like, okay, I feel like my song is just as good as his first song. Okay, great. If I feel like my second song is just as good as this second song or better, great. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you compare it, like that. So you do that from top to bottom.
You do that a lot?
I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
I don't do it anymore. Yeah, I don't do it anymore. Now I just like, I just create albums and just do projects.
Yeah, at least with your own work.
Yeah, I'm more content with what I've contributed to hip hop now. Like I feel like I'm past the proving ground. Like, but in the beginning you want to prove yourself. You got a point to prove.
Yeah.
So you like, you want to take all precautions.
Here in Argentina, we have a comic, I think in Marciano, we had a comic called El Eternauta, and it's about an alien invasion in Argentina. It has this quote that says, "Nobody saves by his own." What do you think about that?
The community is important because we inspire each other. Everything comes from something. So to inspire each other is important. So community is big. And I feel like, especially when it comes to music, you have to save yourself. Only, when you go into the mic booth to create in rhyme, that's just you. You're in there by yourself. You're alone. Only you can change your destiny. You know, a friend can't come in. I mean, maybe they can help you write your rhymes or whatever, but to deliver it in a way where it touches people, you're on your own. It's like boxing.
All right.
I can't go in the ring with you and help you beat this guy up. It's just you. You know what I'm saying? It's just you versus him.
I know that you are going to search some records here in Argentina. What do you expect to find?
I hope it's some madness. That's what I'm hoping. I find some crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to find. But when you go and you have something on your mind, you rarely find what you're thinking you'll find. So to me, it's just whatever makes me want to create. You know, when I hear something that I feel like resonates with me as a man, or it's a moment of my life that I can share with this piece of music, that's when I can feel it. That's that moment when I'm listening to music that speaks to me.
Speak to you, and when you have to speak, what's your relationship with the poetry?
My relationship with poetry is I don't really look at it as if like, I'm attempting to create poetry. I'm really just expressing myself.
Okay.
If it comes out like poetry to someone, beautiful, but it's really just, me having a conversation with whether it be myself and the instrumental. Like, yeah.
You want to try some mate?
What is that?
Mate is like a tea from Argentina. It's like a hot tea,
I'll take some. I'll try some. I could do some hot tea.
It's like, ¿cómo se dice? Amargo.
So what's all this shit on top?
And you have to do this, like a straw.
I ain't got no straw though.
No, like, how do you say? No. It's like this, Excuse me. It's like this.
Oh,
You have to.
this right here.
Yes.
Oh,
like,
okay, gotcha.
It's hot.
And those, I guess, on top is the 2 leaves, yeah?
It's weird, no?
It tastes like tea.
Yeah, like
Tastes like tea. It's not bad.
it contains like caffeine. It's
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's not
What do
bad
you
at all.
think?
I like it. It tastes like tea. You know what I'm saying?
And there in America, what do you drink?
I drink tea too. I mean,
Yes?
I would like a little honey in my tea, but that's good right
Before
there.
the shows, you drink some tea with honey or
Nah.
just water?
Yeah, just some water. Yeah.
All right. You have a ritual?
Nah, ritual, just pray, You know what I'm saying? Very spiritual. You know what I'm saying? God is the foundation of everything, for me in my life, You can put God first. If you don't put God first, then, man, then what do you have? You'll have no foundation. So, God is the foundation of everything that I'm building my life upon. But it's always been taught in my household to, that there is a higher power that you must acknowledge, So yeah, since very young.
There is a relation with the 5% in the hip hop.
The 5% Nation. Oh
5%,
man,
yes.
that's another foundation of my upbringing. 5% Nation of Gods and Earths is to me, it's also a part of hip hop because I learned a lot, about the 5% Nation early on through just hip hop, and then growing up in my area, especially where I'm from, 5% Nation was big. So,
Okay.
that was always just fundamentals for me and my brothers growing up.
Can you explain the 5% for the people?
Well, the 5% Nation is pretty much the 5% who know who the true and living God is of the planet Earth. So it's really about spreading, the knowledge of, amongst your people. So you spread the knowledge of the 5% Nation to the, the rest of the population who are unaware of who they are. And, just to acknowledge, God's existence that also is a part of man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what, what it means to me and a lot of brothers and sisters.
You can be a very good professor,
I mean, my music, I have a way to express it. So yeah.
If you can teach someone here from Latin America, from South America, what is rap to you?
Well, it is rapping words. So obviously, the rap part is literal. It's pretty much about like just expressing yourself. To me, hip hop it's about your community. You bring something to the game that's from your community. Like to me, I came in with my sound and my style because I feel like this is how my neighborhood sounds. We bring something to the game. So that's a part of it. It's a culture. You come to contribute, not just to take away. So it's a beauty to be able to contribute to the art that you love so much. You're not just coming to say, oh, okay, I like that. I'm gonna just copy that and then just come in and just be a copy of someone else. You want to add on to. So to me, that's what it is. That's the cultural part of it. It's like take for instance, like a family barbecue or something like that. You bring something to it. You don't just come to eat. You know what I'm saying? You say, okay, at least I'll bring some drinks. You know what I'm saying? Even if you bring ice, bring some cups, bring some forks, bring something. Bring something of yourself to it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's what it is.
In terms of contribution, which three rappers do you think that they do the most?
Well, I named Rakim.
Yes.
He's a big contributor. Just the style of hip hop, with from how complex the lyrics. I think I would definitely put Jay in there because I feel like the culture that Jay shared in hip hop, and as far as like street knowledge, is still applicable to real life. It's like sometimes I listen to stuff and I'm like, man, you had to live that to actually understand what he's talking about. I mean, also, Nas. Nas is a big blueprint. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, brothers look at, what he's contributed to the game like as a standard, but there's so many, you know what I'm saying? You go to the Q-Tips, to a Tribe Called Quest, and what they've contributed to, to the De La Souls, so it's so many.
Can you remember a quote of Rakim that is nice to you?
Wow, so many, but I would say follow the leader. I would say when he said, and as the earth gets further and further away, planets as small as balls of clay, straight into the Milky Way, worlds out of sight. As far as the eye could see, not even a satellite. So when, I was hearing shit like that as a kid, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shit like that. Yeah.
Do you think that rap is a cold work?
Absolutely. Hell yeah. I mean, it's shit. Like in the great words of Prodigy, man, this is blood sport, man. Yeah, rap is blood sport, man. Ain't no love. Ain't no love. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's love in the community in the grand scheme of things, but as far as like the competitive work, it's like two basketball teams going at each other. I might respect you in real life and we probably could have dinner later, but when it comes to like this music, you die. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if it's up against me and you die. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that simple. Like, yeah, so it's cold.
You think that you have cold blood?
I know I got cold blood.
Okay.
You couldn't do what I done without no cold, you couldn't be warm-blooded and do what I done in this music business. You gotta be a killer. You know what I'm saying? I think you do have to be a killer because it's just so much against you. Look at how many people make music. You just have millions of people bum rushing this one area. So to get into that area and make an impact, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta be a little rough around the edges, man.
What about the coldest profession with PRIMERA? How was the process?
The process was, it's easy. When I was in New York, handling some business, I just popped by the studio and we just started there. And then when we started there, he started sending me more beats and I would record joints at the crib and just send them back to him. But yeah, it started from like a long time ago. Me and Preem bumped into each other. I was shopping. I was in the Armani section and I seen him. It was a long time ago. I was like, yo, when we gonna do a project?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And boom, fast forward years later, you know what I'm saying? He hit me up. It's like, yo, let's lock in, man, and knock it out. And that's how it happened.
It was written like...
Yeah.
Why the coldest profession?
The coldest profession, it's like a play on like pimping, and it's called like prostitution is called the oldest profession.
All right.
So it's like, yo, but this is not prostitution, this is hip hop. So it's the coldest profession.
What do you feel has been the hardest part of building a career fully on your own terms?
I would say the hardest part is to not get bored with it. You have to reinvent yourself.
Okay.
To reinvent yourself isn't easy because, a lot of us, we're stuck in our ways. It's like, okay, to reinvent yourself, it's a lonely path because when you come in to making music, everybody wants, as 5, 6, 7 years go by, they want the old you, but you can't be the old you no more because you're growing. So you have to reinvent yourself and grow, even if it means shutting people out who loved a certain version of you.
Okay.
So that's certain, that right there can be a tough.
How you
thing.
stay creative?
For me, it's love. You love what you do,
All right.
and you just stay creative just out of love.
Do you think that the love is everywhere in hip hop? It's like a standard, or maybe in these last years that love seems to disappear?
Nah, I don't feel like definitely hasn't been a lot of love in the industry. The love is just from your circle, your family, and your peers or whatever. But the industry, they'll chew you up and spit you out. To be here still doing what I'm doing, maybe like 15, 20 years later, this is rare. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say it's the love is just not automatically there. You have to create your world of love.
You find a way to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
How was that way to the independence?
It was just necessary to figure out how to be independent and self-sufficient, because if not, then you can't contribute, anymore, because obviously we have bills and we have a life that we have to, maintain. So it was just something that I had to learn how to figure out. And once I figured that out, it was like, okay, cool. Now I can contribute in a way that I want to.
You always have the mindset of I don't know, businessman.
Mm-hmm. A little bit from, just from hustling. So, growing up hustling, yeah, definitely always had a business mind, but I would always say I'm an artist first. Some people are business people first or whatever. I'm an artist first. There's many messages. There's many messages. But I would say the main theme of the message is you can overcome anything, your circumstances, no matter what you're going through.
Here in South America, we have the cantantes. It's like the singer, and cantor is like the singer who knows why he's singing. You always know why were rapping, or it became with the process of many albums?
No, I think I knew from, pretty much early on that it was a gift from the Most High. So you don't never want to, you don't want to waste that. Life, continue on through my life and not, acknowledge a gift that, God has bestowed upon me wouldn't, that wouldn't be a life worth living. That would just be, that would be in vain. And I can't live like that.
For those who doesn't know how you start in the industry, in the music, how did you start?
Rhyming in the street, like, what I'm saying? Like everybody else, like from my era, we came up rhyming in the street and just like earning a reputation, locally. And then I ended up getting a, opportunity with Busta Rhymes, and he reached, he reached out and offered me a situation. I went to school with his younger brother.
Okay.
Me and his younger brother went to
Brother.
school. And I pretty much, I had a reputation like within the,
Okay.
the school and stuff like that. Everybody knew I could rhyme. So he telling it, Busta would ask his brother, who, any of these guys, and, coming up, any good? And he would mention me. So yeah, when Busta heard me, he was like, oh yeah, he is something.
if you can tell to the audience, like, who is Roc Marciano? How can you describe yourself?
Man, one of the illest people to ever contribute to this hip hop culture that we have. You know, very influential. Yeah, just one of the illest. You know.
In Trillion Cut, you said,
We was wearing champion, but they never championed us. Outcast. I don't even give my family a hug. They say home is where the heart is. But where's your home when you heartless? I'm just being whole.
Where's your home when you're heartless? It's just like what you go through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like growing pains in life. So where's your home when you heartless? Like, you know, sometimes you might not have a home. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm touching on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might feel heartless because of what you went through. So it makes you cold. You know what I'm saying? So where's the home for the cold-hearted? You know what I'm saying? Where do you go when there is no love? You know, so that's what I mean by that.
do you think rap is a home?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a home, you know, for a lot of people, you know, even with like, you know, it's just to think, I'm touching people who don't even speak English. You know what I'm saying? That's a community. You know, that's a family, that's a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's definitely home.
When you feel like you're wearing home finally?
When I'm making music, you know, feels like I'm at home. When I'm with my family, you know, playing ball with my son, you know, stuff like that.
We had a segment in the podcast where you talk with your future self in 10 years, and maybe you can give him an advice or whatever you want. This is your camera, so you can talk to him.
That's kind of crazy. I didn't even think about talking to myself in 10 years. I would probably say in 10 years, make this next project crazier than, you know, all of them, all the ones previous. You know, stay getting fly, keep working out, man, and staying healthy, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, taking care of the family, they gonna need me to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta just keep making sure I take, you know, supreme care of myself.
Roc, it's a pleasure to have you here. Gracias. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yo, we want to shout out Juan Ortelli. You know what I'm saying? A big journalist that passed away. The homie wanted me to make sure we show some respect out here in motherfucking Argentina. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.